let's just go through what happens when we have a line and a curve that don't intersect. We'll actually have no solution here. So this could be actually two functions. We could have two quadratic functions and they may not go through each other, in which case we have no solution. If a quadratic function and a straight line function, they just touch once, or in fact two quadratics just touch once, called a tangent, there's just one solution. And if we have two functions and they make two intersections here, we have two solutions. Let's just do a couple of examples. So on the first one, we've got fx and gx. Now I want to make them equal to each other, and then I'm going to try and solve them. So there's fx equals 2x minus 3. Now to solve a quadratic, you may remember from before, what we need to do is to make one side a 0. So I'm going to take away 2x from both sides and I'm going to add 3 to both sides, so we have this. Now I've tried this one before and I can't factorize it. So if I can't factorize it, probably the next best thing to do, if I haven't got a calculator, is to use the quadratic formula. So that's going to give me minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4 AC. So 4 times 18, which I think is 72. And that all gets divided by 2a. Now actually I don't really need to go on any further, because what I can see from here is that inside this bracket I've got a negative 23, and if I can't square root negative 23 to get real answers, so there are no solutions to this equation. So that means we've got a situation where we basically have a quadratic and a straight line. So we might have a quadratic like that, and we've got a straight line that doesn't intersect the quadratic. So no solutions. Let's do another one. Let's do this one. Whew. Okay, so this is two quadratic functions, and let's see if they intersect each other. So we've got x squared minus 4x minus 5 is equal to 25 minus 3x minus x squared. So we're going to add x squared to both sides. We're going to add that 3x to both sides. We're going to take away 25 from both sides, and we end up with that equal to 0. Now I can solve it. Again, this doesn't factorize very well, so I'll have to go to the quadratic formula, and I get minus b, which is 1, plus or minus 1 squared minus 4ac. So 2 times 4 is 8, times minus 30 is 240, and it's minus 240, minus 240 rather, which gives me this, and I divide it by 2a. So my 2x solutions for this are 1. Now I don't think I can simplify this any more without using a calculator, but those will be my two answers. So in this situation, we actually had two quadratic equations, maybe one like that and one like that. Right here is one point of intersection, right here is another.